mentioned it briefly before, but you're both fathers. You're both family men. And what has that been like to balance your full-time jobs and your families and this platform as a juggling act? And Anthony, I guess I'll start with you, like especially being a father of twins. And,
I mean, it's mayhem. I mean, honestly, it's mayhem. To me, like, I've kind of just like sold myself to this. So like, to me, like, it's work. Like, to me, like, I don't need a social life right now. I don't need to always go out and do things. I don't need to always go out and like do whatever. Like, to me, it's like, I teach, I come home, I want to be dad. Like, I love being dad. I love doing things with my kids. And then my other free time is really working on this. It's like, if you look at our phone conversation, I probably have 10,000 texts in the last like month, like, because that's all I care about. Like, to me, in a way, like, having kids, this is something I want to build to make life more comfortable for me and make more life comfortable for them.
Can you explain this shirt and like the reasoning behind it and what it means to you? And I know you've done a lot of work, especially with kids with autism, and both your kids having autism. Your initiative and how Beyond has really like helped with really sort of that process.
Yeah, I think like, I mean, we worked on this a lot together, but like where I coached before, like I always had a purpose of like, we got to do something for something, right? Like before we used to work with the One Mission Buzz Off a lot with like kids with cancer. And this is before the podcast. It's something I did on my own through coaching, through teaching. And I always feel like no matter what you do, when you have success at it, even if it's giving back a little bit, you give back. And in this case, like, it's obviously more personal. It's my kids, it's my life, it's my experience. And, we talked about like wanting to put out different swag than like the black shirt that you had on that we talked about, right? And so we thought what better way to do that was like April was Autism Wearing this month. I kind of pitched the idea to John, and within like 10 minutes, he had a t-shirt design, which you guys are looking at, and just a really cool introduction into the t-shirts, why we made them, what they're for. Even the back of them, you can't see that, but just a really cool, like, in the back talking about autism and like acrostic poems or something like that. So it was cool. It was just be able to kind of do that and recognize like my kids and what they're going through, and the give back and give awareness. We're attached with the Flutie Foundation, so this is kind of like that step 2 with them. Like, they were part of our cornhole tournament. We donate a lot of the proceeds to that, so we thought what better way to start raising awareness ourselves before like our big tournament or our big fundraiser that we do give to like a Flutie Foundation. And we were able to donate like communication boards last year through our tournament. We had 4 of them. You were in on it with us. 2 turntable
100%.
teachers were living the KG life. But we got 3 communication boards that were put into the remaining elementary schools in Medford that didn't have one.
That's awesome.
And then we were able to put one in the school that my kids were attending in Wilmington. So like for us, it's bigger than like just interviewing people or doing cool stuff like this or hosting fun events. Like, to us, like, I think anybody who has a platform, big or small, has an opportunity to do something that's like close and personal to them or to give back in their community in some way. So for us, it's a little hustle, it's a little extra, but at the end of the day, we get a message across that is near and dear to both of us.